Hello, everyone. This is going to be posted probably this Tuesday. And I don't mean election day. I'm past that. And I'm just going to say this. Vaush is right. I'm just going to be blunt. One thing I feel like nowadays we're having problems with is that we're hitting a ceiling. We're hitting the ceiling of possible realistic growth. And we won't get more growth until we find something else or we make it exist. For example, in my opinion, I don't think Vaush is right on the fact we will never win again. I personally don't think that way. I think the American people will have the same reaction again and get sick of the Republican Party, then kick them out, then do the same thing again if the Democrats don't change anything. Because I highly doubt Vance is going to be able to win in 28 if he runs. I highly doubt he'll win in 28. Because I just honestly will doubt if he will. Because Vance, he's worse than Trump and isn't anywhere near popular enough. In my opinion, Vance couldn't have the same energy as Donald Trump. He is objectively worse. So, in 28, cross our fingers and hope the Democratic Party hits its butt out of its ass, is that, well, in my opinion, we got a few options. We need a new candidate. In my opinion, we could go with Walz, but that would be honestly wishful thinking, because honestly, besides a few outliers, Walz was a decent vice presidential candidate, because I can't even call him possible. But anyway, what I mean to say is that overall, Vaush is right of the fact that populism is just growing like it did in the 1920s. Yes. Because the American education system tends to forget. Well, Americans tend to forget history and, well, repeats itself. And in my opinion, one thing that could be done is, well, get our own populistic candidate. Because Donald Trump ain't gonna magically be able to run again. He's not. Because some of his plans require two things to change. The 22nd Amendment to be gone, and the amendment that makes Americans born in America Americans. But to be besides that, overall, I'm counting down the days until something can be different. Because there's no way Donald Trump's going to be able to run again in 28. Yes, he could technically speaking, he could be the vice president and be president for 2 years. But that is as likely as that is very unlikely. And we'd only need to worry about another 2 years with a guy after this period, after January 20th to January 20th, 2029. Overall, it's going to suck, but we can hopefully survive. But overall, one thing I think the American people need, or at least the Democratic party needs to realize is we need a new populistic candidate. It can be a communist. Nobody's going to care. But if you can get someone like Bernie, or I don't know, but somebody different, somebody that actually, Taylor Swift wouldn't work, but I'm just going to say this, the only reason why I think she wouldn't work is because, in my opinion, as much as I'm just going to say this, we're not in a time where a woman can be a president. As much as I know that sounds sexist as hell, I have to say it, because we are too far, unless we can get a new candidate, like, we would have to find someone out of the blue. We'd have to find someone out of the blue, and I don't know. But I'm counting down the days until Donald Trump can never run again. We have until January 20th of 2025 for Donald Trump to be president. Then January 20th, 2029 for him to be ending his presidency. I don't know what will happen between January 20th, 2025 and January 20th, 2029. But one thing I have to say is that we need someone that is a populist on our side. I don't care who it is. But overall, I can tell you this. People that overall were born hating communism are dying out. And yes, I understand immigrant voters might make that less viable, but overall, Bernie Sanders was a great candidate. And to the fact that if we get Bernie onto the ticket, we have a chance. In my opinion, we'd have a very great chance to win. Because, in my opinion, if Bernie Sanders wins, or if in 2028 somebody like Bernie, or Bernie himself, I don't know, wins, we'll have 4 years, at least 8 years. Because that's the entire Obama train like we had. But, okay, not like Obama. But you get what I mean. Anyway, I'll be counting down the days until Donald Trump can never be president again.